about one of our bishops from Papua, Bishop Alain de Bomigny. I want to tell another story about him, and again it goes back to wisdom and discretion and making decisions. From Yule Island, where the bishop used to live, you can see clearly right up into the mountains, what we call the Goilala Mountains. And clearly from there too, there is a gap to go up, which is the river that comes down to Kabuna. You can see the mountains, and there's a clear way up there. So Bishop Alain decided to go up there to begin evangelizing those people. So he went with some people from the Cooney country, and they went up, and they encountered some people. And they were sitting there and trying to communicate with the people, trying to be friendly to the people, and then they sensed that these people were not all that welcoming. So the bishop and those with him jumped up and took off into the bush and escaped. It took them a week to find their way out again, and when the bishop got back to Yule Island, he collapsed almost in a coma. He was so totally exhausted. When he was recovering, I can imagine him sitting there looking up into those mountains and thinking about those people. In the meantime, a report had gone in to the government that these missionaries had been attacked and chased by these people. So a patrol officer went in and confronted these people, and there was a fight and some shooting, and one young man was killed. And he was the son of a big chief and a big sorcerer named Baiva. And he declared the next white man that he saw, he would kill him in revenge for his son. Bishop Alain de Bomigny heard about this story and resolved to go back. So he went back up into those mountains, got to a village, asked where was this Baiva, and the people said, he's along further, you go and find him up there. So he went, and he met Baiva on the road. So Baiva saw this white man and said, right, this is the one I'm going to kill. So he had his weapon, I'm not too sure if it was a spear or bow and arrow, poised, ready to kill de Bomigny. Alain de Bomigny was very calm, looked at the man, must have thought, well, if I'm going to die, I'm going to smoke my pipe. So he pulled out his pipe and he filled his pipe and lit it up and was smoking. And Baiva must have been so impressed by the courage of this man that he put down his weapon and invited the bishop in. One of the customs of those people was the bones of a dead person were put up in the tree of a certain tree called the Gabi tree. And as they went into the village, the chief stopped and he pointed up into the tree at the bones of his son, and then invited the bishop into his village. So that story then began the whole mission of those people in the mountains. From there to other tribes up there, to other villages, to other areas. So the bishop was wise, he considered his position, he considered everything and decided to go back and thought, this is the way into the mountains. If I can convince this man, this big chief, if I can win him over, then I will be able to go into those places, which he did. So he had the wisdom to think it through, he had discernment, and he had the courage to go back and to face this man. And in a sense, just by being there and by being calm and facing the man, he challenged him to say, there's a different way. There's a different way. So this is a story of a great missionary, a man that was on mission. He was bishop for 50 years. and he died at a place called Caverna. He's buried there, and there's other stories to be told about him from all those years. So as that man was on mission, so we are on mission today in a different way, in a different circumstance, but the mission is just as real. Thank you for listening. I'll be back.